So we're going to create a practice page, and in WP Admin, let's go to Pages and add New. Give it a title, and under Permalink, you can shorten the URL, and make sure you have it as you like, because later when you change this, any links that you have to this page can be broken if you change your mind later. So kind of settle on what you want from the get-go. Okay, now you can click in and start to add content. Okay, first we'll add some headings, and I'm going to copy over some text here so I don't have to type it. So I did a Control C, and now do a paste. I'm gonna change this to headings. So, I can just select all of them by clicking on Shift and then changing it to headings. And let's change this to heading 3. So on headings, when you have 4 or more headings, heading 2s, then a table of contents will be automatically inserted into your page. If you want to disable that, then go to the bottom and click here. But I want to include it. Okay, let's move on to the next section. And so with headings, remember to nest them properly so that way it's accessible. I'm going to copy and paste in some text. Control V, and we can press enter to get another paragraph. On the first paragraph, we can align it center. And we can add a background to it. On the second paragraph, we can change the font size to medium, or we can just click on the arrows to choose a number. You can add a link by doing this. And just copy in or type in your URL. And you can also change the color of the text, or specific words within the paragraph, by selecting it, clicking on the More button here, changing it. Okay, let's insert in an image after this heading. Click on the plus button, image, and you can select from your media library, which is existing images on your site, or you can upload. You can also just drag and drop the image directly onto the page if you want it. Okay, so now that the image is on here, let's do an alt text. And you can select the size or the different versions of it. Right here, you can select medium size, full size, and then 75% of the full size, or 50, and so forth. And also you can change the alignment, align left, center, or right. And for example, if you had a paragraph, then it would go to the one side, depending on which one you had selected. You can also add a link to it. You can crop it, or you can just replace it. Okay. If you wanted to add files to your page, you can just drag and drop them in. Select them from your desktop and then drag them in. Now they're uploaded. And let's preview what this would look like. Scroll down. So here you are, links with the download buttons. So let's go back. And if you wanted to create a link to them within, a different paragraph or something like that, you can copy the URL by clicking on the button here. And then you can just add it when you create your link and just paste it in. Okay. Okay, let's add a list. I'm going to copy one over from Microsoft Word. And you can do an unordered list, which is a bulleted list right here, or an ordered list, which is a numbered list. Just a combination of the two as well. Let's indent these and change it to a bulleted list. You can change the text color on the side here. Let's change it to red. Or you can click on custom color and pick from there. Change the background. You can add links, you can bold, italicize, and you can change text color within. Okay, that's it for lists. Okay, let's add a table. So to add a table, there are two ways. You can click on the plus sign and search for the table block, or you can just paste in a table from Excel, for example. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Come over here, copy. Right, I'm gonna go over here and just do a paste. And then you click on the table. You can add more rows if you want it. You can stylize it by clicking on the block settings here. To change some of this text, just click right on in and change them. If you have a simple table like this, I would recommend you using this WordPress table. If you have a more complex table, I would recommend using Ninja tables. Okay, let's click update to save. And if anytime you find out that you maybe made a mistake and you want to go back to an older version, you can click on the page tab here and then click on revisions to go back to a previous version. Let's add a Max button. Let's click on the plus sign, search for Max, and then click on, make sure you're on the block tab here, and you can click on the select button to get the design you want. And these are buttons that I designed for you, but you can create your own. I'll show you where that can be done, but let's choose one of these, insert it, and then you can type in the text that would appear right here. District worksite, and paste in the URL here. Okay, so that's going to be a link or a button that links to the district site. And if you wanted to create your own buttons with their own colors, you would go over here and do it. All right, That's it for Max buttons. So let's create a column block. Let's do 3 columns. So columns are used mainly for layout. All right, so let's do heading. Because this is an H2, this heading is going to be an H3. Okay, and here we can do an image. In here, the 3rd column, let's do a Vimeo video and get the URL from here. Paste and embed. With columns, you can also do color backgrounds. You can select all 3 columns by going to the outline here. And then from there you can also do settings that would affect all 3 columns. Please use columns for layout instead of tables. When you have a lot of information and you want to separate it out so visually it's easy to read, there are 2 types of blocks that you can use. One is the spacer. Let's add a spacer. Search for spacer. And that's just a block of, empty space. And that's really helpful for just giving you visual, sort of a visual rest. You can just drag to make it longer, or you can manually change the numbers here. The second one is the what's called a separator, and it is essentially a line. And let's do a wide line. Okay, and you can do duplicates of it and drag it to where you need it to go. Just drag it up here. You can even drag it inside your column here. Anytime you see that blue line, that means it's gonna land there. So these are really helpful, and I use it pretty much on almost every page I create. Sometimes you want more space to work with. You can hide the settings over here by clicking on the gear icon, or you can also go to, if you click on the options or the 3 dots here, go to full screen mode, or click it again to get out of it. All right, that is all we have. Enjoy. Thank you for watching.